good evening, and welcome to our new time slot and our new day. Welcome to the Mackmyra Inn. So this is our new slot, obviously, on our new day. So Wednesdays at 7 o'clock. You can come back and join myself and, of course, my fellow. Never get it right yet. Over a year, never get it right. And obviously, my fellow landlord, Rich McKean. Good evening, Rich. How are you?
Good evening, Mick. Yeah, feeling good. Glad to be. Oh, perfect timing!
Fantastic. Well, there you go. So, with no further ado, then this is our special VIP patrons for this week. So we've got Phillip Walker and Dave Pennington, gentlemen. On that note,
good evening. Good evening. So we've just been brought espresso martinis in. With Bevan.
Cracking. Evening tomorrow. One of our regulars, evening Shane. So guys, quick bit of housekeeping. Obviously, as you all know out there, if you're new to the inn, we get some special VIPs on. We have a chat, find out about them, and talk things whiskey. Not always whiskey either. So sometimes we do rabbit hole on a few different subjects and we'll see where it takes us. But first of all, so we're back next week. We have who do we have next week, Rich?
We've got Ed Lee of Top
Whiskies.
Yeah.
That's it. So we'll be welcoming Ed into the boozer next Wednesday, and then next Thursday we have our monthly tasting where we take you through our core range, and this time it will also be the Bjork Sav, and we will be joined by Ben Bowers, or the spirit specialist, as some people might know him, to take us through that one. So that should be quite interesting, really. And that's it. I think we'll update you more on shows as we go next week. Evening, Dwayne. Evening, Bully. How are you guys? A few more regulars. Brilliant. So on that note, there's the bell. So that must be time for me and Rich to get the round in. So espresso martinis, is it?
Yeah, espresso martinis.
Cheers, guys.
Champion. Cheers.
Are these the Ferrero? Are these the Ferrero Rocher espresso martinis you were talking about, or are these just
no? This is
normal tasting
Pennington's coffee espresso martini with a gold shimmer top.
Oh, gold shimmer top.
And it's only Wednesday.
If there's one thing Mickey knows about me is that I will only accept an espresso martini with a gold shimmer top.
Exactly. There is no other.
Minimum standard.
There is no other.
Yeah.
So, Rich, what have you got this evening, sir? What are you having?
Yeah. Well, so I'm on what I might describe as a bit of a pub crawl this evening. I'm in here, and then I'm off to a tasting with hosted by Jess Lomas, a previous VIP patron of ours in Single Cast Nation. So I'm pacing myself, and I thought I'd go for something with a lower ABV, but something I still wanted to drink. So I've gone for Brooks Whisky. So I'm feeling summery and bright. Hopefully it's the sun's out where everyone else is today, but I figured that was a good one for me to go with. And Mick, have you gone for anything with a shimmering top, or what have you got?
No shimmer, but a slight twist on a whiskey ginger. So normally a whiskey ginger would be a nice, easy to go whiskey with some ginger ale, really. I don't have any ginger ale in the house at the moment, but I do have some King's ginger. So I've gone for a Brooks whiskey. So a double Brooks whiskey, a single King's ginger, topped up with lemonade, and obviously my traditional mint garnish for the mint plant just won't die.
Can't get it.
Skull.
Yeah, welcome to the inn, boys.
Cheers.
Cheers for having us in tonight. It's great. We're sat here. We knew we're coming to pub, so we got some pub snacks. We've got our pots and matches and our bacon fries, so we're all ready.
Nice. Probably the most prepped pub guests that we've had, Rich, in all fairness.
Well,
apart from Andrew of Little Brown Dog, who had a wall of scampi fries.
That's right.
He had the proper, the feel like you'd have in the pub. The pull off, the actual cardboard thing, the pull off. He had a full one of those. And the funniest thing was he hates scampi fries. So I suppose we should find out a little bit more about Phil and Dave. Phil, take it away. Tell us a little bit about yourself, sir.
Yeah, I'm Phil. So I'm also the pub landlord. at the New Union in Kendal. We are currently Canberra's National Cider Pub of the Year and Cumbria Pub of the Year for the last 2 years. Took over there in 2017 and just moved forward from a pub that was currently closed at the time. We have our own whisky nights in the pub. Currently have about 65 whiskies on the shelf at the pub. There we go. And there's, you can see just to the left of the picture there, you can see a few other bits and pieces coming into with some Bunnahabhain single casks there, and the airbags on the back. And then you can see just to the bottom right of the picture, you can see our own single cask, which we bought for you guys and did a 30-litre cask with you guys. There we go. So we did the 30-litre cask, which is great, which has just been fantastic in an Oloroso cask last year. And yeah, that's where bit about myself really, and yeah, we're really pleased to be working with you guys here at Mackmyra, and yeah, it's great to be working with you guys.
Awesome, cheers mate. So Dave, not much pressure, tell us a bit about yourself.
Well, my name's Dave Pennington, long-time friend of Phil's. I'm a part owner of a tea and coffee company and coffee roasters in Kendal in Cumbria. Our company's it's a family business. It's been going for 3 years, but myself and my wife have worked in the tea and coffee industry, and myself before that in the brewing industry for, well, I don't look 84, do I?
I'm not saying anything like that, Dave. I'm going to keep quiet.
So we've got a business in the Lake District, which is obviously, as all of us have been done now. It's been a hard year for all of us in hospitality, but hopefully, you know, it's going to be fantastic, and people are eager to get out there, and it's all good. It's all good. So yeah, so my love for whiskey as well. I drink at Phil's as well as a couple of other places, but Phil, I've always liked my malt, but we've done a few things, and then, you know, me and Phil put our heads together, and well, we'll talk about that in a minute.
So it's quite interesting. Obviously, both local businessmen. That must be quite a thing for Kendall.
Yeah. There's some strong businesses here. It's a strong community.
Yeah. There's a really strong community between a lot of businesses and the pubs here in Kendal as well. We all try to work together between various businesses as well. You know, we've had some events where we've had what we call Stout Wars every year, and all the pubs will have 2 or 3 stouts on for a National Stout Festival, for International Stout Day. So we put a bit of a trail together and do a bit of a stout festival, and you know, we all try to work together. But it's not just ourselves. You know, Dave's done does a coffee that goes into a couple of beers as well with local breweries, you know, and we all work together. You know, we use the coffee for Dave in the pub, but we also use one expression that I'm sure Dave will come to in a bit.
Yeah.
With on our Burns Night Supper, which we launched a couple of years ago, aged in whiskey casks. You know, nice. So it's stuff like that you know, businesses now, we all have to work together to make sure that, especially coming out of this in the hospitality industry, to make sure that we can move forward and still be as strong and vibrant. And hopefully, I think people are going to realise what their local pub and what their hospitality industry means to them.
Definitely. We've all missed the social side, guys, haven't we?
Oh, that goes without saying. I think this has been, you know, doing the pub and the other shows we've done over the last year, Rich. It's been quite a bit of a saviour for ourselves.
Absolutely.
You know, hopefully, it's been that way for people watching as well. Hopefully.
Well, for our regulars as well, especially hopefully, and I think that's probably a good time to ask what people are drinking, if they're, you know, what they're enjoying of a Wednesday night, and with us as well. Has anyone got any fancy martinis being brought to them and served up as they're sitting down?
Lovely.
That. Sunny Hump Day, is that Carl?
Yeah,
brilliant.
So tea wise, Dave. I mean, the first question I want to sort of ask about is have you tried the grunted tea or grunted tea of ours, the green tea cask whiskey?
No, I haven't.
Okay, well, Mick,
we need to sort that out.
In your pack,
we shall be rectifying that situation, Dave. Don't you panic about that.
Yeah,
don't you panic about that.
Like
but
Phil said, I work with a couple of breweries and stuff, and they've used tea and coffee of ours. And I've made whiskey coffees as well.
Nice.
But yeah, that'd be great, because there's so much you can do. Tea is you can work so much more with tea than you can with coffee. But for that reason,
yeah, cool. So let's just cover a few people. So we had Kim. Kim chimed in and said she's going to be trying my concoction for sure. Kim always likes some of the most of the cocktails that I come up with, so that's brilliant. Cheers, Kim. Bully's on the McNean. Tamara's drinking the Curate, Rich.
Oh, lovely. Yeah.
Nice.
So
See,
yes.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah, Phil and Dave, we had for International Whisky Day of I think probably this time last month. We had a special sort of like all day session on a Saturday afternoon instead of our usual Friday night pub.
Yeah.
And we had Chris Reesbeck from Westland, Seattle, Westland single malt distillery in America. Stephen Randalls from Curragh Whisky. And then Shilton Almeida from Paul John, the legend that he is, came to join. But yeah, so Stephen Randalls came and spoke to us about the Irish triple distilled seaweed cask whiskey, and it is really, really good. It's when I was talking about the green tea cask of ours a minute ago.
Yeah.
When I started here, I was a fan of Mackmyra anyway because I thought the innovation side of it was just really appealing and nice to see something new being done. But then I did think to myself, was this green tea cask a step too far? Turns out, actually, it was bloody brilliant. So that's opened my mind up to trying things like seaweed cask whiskey.
Yeah.
If you like something meaty and salty, you've got to try that whiskey.
Well, they've started to do that with food now, haven't they? Sorry.
Yeah.
They're doing that more with food. They're adding tea and they're seaweed and things. It's even though they've probably done it for years, it's becoming quite a thing. And using what we've got, I suppose.
Yeah. So that picture that Cole put up there was actually the guys that work for Curragh, the seaweed farmers that Curragh use, giving the seaweed a haircut, basically. So it's all sustainable. So they don't actually rip it out from the roots. They they do literally give it. They're literally seaweed barbers. So they're giving the seaweed a wee chop there for the guys at Curragh to use. But
make it look a bit, sorry, Mick, but just make it look a bit younger and prettier like Phil. You've had a nice, very handsome haircut since you came to join us for the Bjorksav launch.
I was just wondering if they just come back off furlough then if the seaweed barbers.
They're keeping their skills sharp.
I think it was one of the regular Steve Laidlaw, Phil and Rich separated at birth.
Oh, I'll take that.
Cheers, Steve. Thank you very much, mate. Hello to everybody up there in the Northeast Whisky Appreciation Group as well.
So Dave, with you having then a tea company and a coffee company, you obviously do some tea blending. Yeah. Obviously, that's where a few famous whiskey blenders back in the day got started. Is that something that's maybe ticked over in the mind to get into that? So probably one of the most famous ones was a young grocer out of Kilmarnock by the name of John Walker.
Ah, right, okay.
You might have heard of him.
I know, yeah, just a bit.
I've heard he keeps walking, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does indeed keep walking. Phil,
no, I didn't know that, but I'm aware that people within the coffee trade that is now, and people who have progressed, it's all about taste. And so coffee, tea, beer, wine, whiskey, we all use different taste wheels. That's a thing that we have. That's all about the acidity and the sweetness and flavour. So they're very similar. Instruction and training is used, and then you've got these things called Q graders that can go into a specific thing, whether it be tea and coffee or cocoa, and these people are fine-tuned that they can pick out the good things and the bad things of a product. But yeah, the blending thing is it's massive. Yeah, but I didn't know that about Mr. John Walker.
No. Yeah, so a lot of them from back in those days, the whiskey barons of Glasgow and that sort of good stuff. The majority of them started as grocers, so they had tea blending business or tea blending was part of their grocer business.
That's right.
And then they went and go, oh, what's this whiskey malarkey all about? And and they used to have their own specific blends per shop, etc. And that's right. That's how blended whiskies got started.
Because as it was really, really expensive at one point, that in a mansion house, the lady of the house would have the tea casket, wouldn't she, with the lock and key, and she would choose the tea and even then blend it herself. And she only had access to that. Nobody in the house would have access to it.
So the funny thing with that, Dave, is a lot of the wives of these guys that fronted the business would actually be the taste and the nose for the blending.
Yeah.
They actually used to be the ones that would put the blends together, which I found out doing some research and stuff like that, which I thought was phenomenal,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I get that in a way. Awesome.
Yeah, fantastic. So,
It's all about
yes, local businessmen, and you've decided to club together and come together to do the area's very first whiskey festival. Would you care to tell us a bit about that?
Yeah. So how did it start then? Let's be honest. We
Drinking.
drinking.
Whiskey.
Yeah. So
It normally is the start of many a good story, in all fairness, gents.
Do you see the picture of back of Phil's bar? That's only a part of it. So Phil's probably got the biggest whiskey selection in a bar in Cumbria, not just Kendall. And we've had various tastings at the pub. We've done online. We chat about it all the time. And Phil said, you know what I've always wanted to do is do a festival in Kendall. Kendall is a festival town, and they have lots of, most famously, the Mountain Festival, which is the biggest, one of the biggest in the world. But it's a festival town, and to do this for the Northwest, I mean, we've got Manchester, but after that, there's nothing until you hit Scotland. So Phil said, "Oh, should we?" And I said, "Great idea." And I said, "I'll help you. Let's do it. Let's see what we can do."
So that's where we've got to. And just thanks very much to Mickey. You know, Mickey's helped with a few contacts, you know, and stuff like that. And you know, we've all found a few people because of contacts from when we've done whiskey nights in the pub, you know, which we really, really miss at the minute. I'll be perfectly honest. We miss those kind of nights when you guys get to come down and meet everybody and have a really good crack, having 30 people just enjoying some amazing whiskies, which hopefully we'll be able to do again soon. And, you know, things are looking a bit more, looking like we're going to be able to do that soon. So we started thinking about it. We looked for a venue. And in the picture of me and Dave, there we go. There's the venue in the background.
Who's that with Dave?
Clock Tower.
That's the clock tower of the town hall. Yeah, it's a fantastic building, a very typical, beautiful town hall with a great big dance floor and very ornately done. Yeah, it's lovely.
Just to pick up on Rich just asked the question there, David. Who's that young teenager you've got up on the roof there with you?
I would say it's my son, but my son's actually far prettier than Phil.
Oh, mate, you sound a bit close for that, are you not?
Wow.
It's only to get me in because I'm actually so big.
I can't punch him, apparently social distancing and all. But yeah, so, you know, it's... so yeah, that's our venue. And then we've got the Kendal Castle just behind Dave. You couldn't see it because he's that big. But yeah, so no, that's where we are. So Kendal Town Hall is going to be the main place for the festival. And we're really, really excited to bring it to Kendal. You know, we think it'll add to the amazing class of the Comic Art Festival in October. Which is the Lakes International Comic Art Festival, where we get some of the best comic art artists in the world come. 2 years ago in the pub, we had David Silverman, the director of The Simpsons, in the pub on the Saturday night, which was
he played in the pub.
He played his trombone in the pub and played Spider Pig on the trombone with the McGarry and stuff. Honestly, it was amazing.
Fantastic.
The director of The Simpsons played Spider Pig in your pub was just mental. But yeah, so then we have that. Then we have the Mountain Film Festival in mid-November. So the Mountain Film Festival was the biggest mountaineering, climbing, basically outdoor adventure film festival in the world. And then, of course, now Kendal Whisky Festival. So yeah, town hall's all booked and stuff, and we're getting ready for where we can have tastings over the weekend and have various events and have some sub-events off from it as well. And stuff, so we're really, really excited to bring it to Kendal and bring some great people like yourselves. And thank you very much for becoming our main sponsor of the festival this year.
That's fantastic.
It was only right, you know, because as Mackmyra as a company, you know, we're very keen on innovation and striving ahead into new areas. You know, green tea whiskey, natural wine cask finishes, all that sort of good stuff. Do you know what I mean? So it's only right, you know, where you guys are innovating and bringing something new to an area, that we should support that.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
So it's only right, you know, and obviously, you know, with the connection that we have anyway, you being a cask owner and stuff like that, it's only right that we support our customers as well in their ventures. So, and also, it's going to be quite good for us to get in front of a newer crowd that might not into festivals, you know, going up to Scotland or down to London, etc. before.
Yeah, it's you know, we're so well connected here in Kendal. By train, we're an hour and 15 minutes away from Manchester, Liverpool, 2 hours or two and a bit hours away from Newcastle, an hour and 15 from Skipton, and Leeds.
2.5 from London now.
Only 2 hours and a half, as you say, from London.
Yeah.
And we're 2 hours directly south into Oxenholme from Glasgow and Edinburgh. So it's really well connected. It's a great place to get to, easy to get to, and it's slap bang in the town centre. Lots of great restaurants, cafes, bars, and we've got some great accommodation providers, which which will really help with another sponsor that's come on board this last week has been Herdwick Cottages, who are going to be, they're going to have some great accommodation lets for the weekend and stuff. So, it's great to get them involved because they wanted to be involved in it as well from accommodation provider and stuff like that, which is great. That's another 2 local people who run that business as well. So, it's all about locality here around here at the minute and making sure that if we all work together, places like Kendall can survive and be very, very popular and vibrant.
But that's awesome because the local business side, for years, as certain companies, and there's one that we all of us order things from time to time, I'm sure, and we taken over people to be saying support your local business. But I think over the last year, 14 months, whatever it is, I think that has become even more to the front, and there's even more awareness about it. Now, if people didn't want to do it before, it was almost like not a token gesture a year or 2 ago, but something where you can do it once and feel like, oh, I've done my bit. Whereas I think now people are there's a lot more impetus on trying to do it. And I for one, the idea about having somewhere nice to come and stay, you were talking about that there. Mickey, it's obviously, this is in the north, this is Mickey's patch, but I'm very much hoping to be able to come and support.
I'm going to need all the help I can get, Rich, I think, with this lot.
So I like that because I know Kendall's such a pretty place. I've only ever been through it once because when I left the Lake District a couple of years ago, I wanted to stop at T-Bay Services. So to get to it, you've got to go through Kendall, back up and round, so you can come down, because I didn't want to be so close to T-Bay without being able to stop there, because that's part of my ritual coming to and from Scotland. So
T-Bay Services,
Listen, got to stop there, go to the farm shop, get some meat and everything on your way, get some great local produce. Once again, there we go, more locality, and we keep on going on about it. And it's just great, to be able to bring this into our hometown as well is pretty special. And bring, it's been incredible to see how many whiskey drinkers there are in Kendal and the area as well already by doing online stuff throughout lockdown. And, Mickey will see it on the Cumbria Whisky Facebook page as Whisky Drinkers Facebook page. We've got people drinking Mackmyra on there quite a bit now, and as well as many other distilleries as well. But, to get some of the names already confirmed that we've had confirmed, and there's more confirming in the next couple of weeks, it's been great to have some of the big world-class distilleries and brands coming to Kendall.
We've got so much interest, and the ones that have said already, and some of these guys are still furloughed and not working because they're not back till mid or end May as well. But it is phenomenal, the interest that we've had, and it is mind-blowing. And these guys that are interested, the members of the public that are going to come, they're going to be blown away by what they're going to see and taste. And they're here for the whole weekend. Most people have said they're not just coming for a day, because there's going to be 3 sessions, Friday, Saturday, 2 on Saturday. A lot of them coming for the weekend, so they're going to spend a lot of time in the town, a lot of eating and drinking. We're going to have special things on with the pubs, bars and restaurants. Going to get a load of beer brewed that's specific for the festival. Get some whiskies in different pubs so people go around. There's like a trail. So it's very involved, but just really good, basically. So
it sounds good. So do you want to take us through the program of events then, guys? So obviously you just said that there's going to be a Friday session and 2 sessions on Saturday. Do you want to highlight what that's going to be?
Yeah, so on the Friday evening we'll start at 6 o'clock on the Friday and go on till 10 o'clock at night. And then there'll be various pubs open till late in the town, and there'll be plenty of room to have a bit of a party in the town. The Saturday is going to be a 12 till 4 and then a 5 till 9. Gives us a bit of time to unpack and then go to the after party at the New Union straight after, where there's already some music booked, and we can all have a bit of a drink together and all have a bit of a pint and celebrate the festival. And that's where we want to be. We want to get the pubs, some other pubs already are interested in being part of a tour. We've got some master classes planned. I believe we've got you guys for the Friday night, the opening night, to get you guys really involved in that. We've also got the guys at Douglas Lang, who we've not really announced, but it looks like I just have. Douglas Lang are coming to the festival.
Big old guys, you heard it here first. We're the main sponsors. We're above Douglas Lang. But Douglas Lang will be in attendance.
Douglas Lang are coming. They're going to do a tasting on the Saturday night. There is another person that we've not announced yet, who we...
Are you allowed to do this?
I don't know. Am I allowed to?
I don't know. Have you checked? Oh, look! Mr. Laidlaw.
There we go. So, I don't know, we're allowed to say it.
Wow.
Oh, okay. Right, yeah. So there's another company, but we won't go there. But what we're going to do is, New York Distilling Company.
Oh.
It's so New York.
Nice.
New
Yeah.
York, New York.
So a guy just commented there. A guy called... sorry, what was his first... Sorry, Cora, I missed that. I missed the
Michael, Kevin, and Steve. Nick.
Or Steve Laidlaw.
Steve, yeah.
Carl's obviously gone to sleep.
Here we go. Andrew Kendall. There we go. Oh, there's an Ian Kendall as well. So I think you got to highlight them at the Kendall Whisky Festival.
It's brilliant, isn't it? You know, and we don't even need to. What's the other Kendall called?
Well, everybody called Kendall at the Whisky Festival gets a free shot. We've got a vaccination place next door.
So you know, we're really excited. The guys from Mangrove are definitely coming, and they're bringing the New York Distilling Company. So we're really excited about that. But what we're going to be really, really excited to do tonight is we're going to give some tickets away. But of course, you've got to watch the show tonight to win these. And on our Facebook, you've got to be able to tell us, or on Twitter and tweet us at Kendall Whisky Festival with the hashtag Kendall Whisky Festival, what whiskey we're drinking tonight. So tonight we're going to be drinking the New Union single cask, Mackmyra. So there is still some bottles of this left on the New Union website. There's not many left. I think there's only about 10 left.
Beautiful.
So we are drinking the New Union single cask, which is an Oloroso cask. So if you see this and go on to our socials, onto the Facebook, there'll be a point later on asking what were we drinking on the Mackmyra live tasting event tonight with us on the Mackmyra Inn. Or you can go on to our Twitter and tweet us what we're drinking. And we'll select by Saturday. We'll select a winner to win a pair of tickets.
Nice, awesome. Yeah, can we do it? Can Mick and I do it? And
go for it. Go for it.
Anyway.
I think we might have our ticket sorted anyway, Rich. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's got to be some perks to being the main sponsor for the event. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah, I would say that. You know what? I think we should give them 2 tickets instead of 1, like you said. Literally, I think Mickey's got to bring one of them with him.
No, it's going to be great. We're all looking forward to it. The town is starting to talk about it, and we're getting asked a lot about when the tickets going on sale.
Shall we tell them?
So, when are the tickets going on sale, gentlemen?
Yes.
When
are
the
the tickets
are going on sale on, let's get the calendar up. May the 28th. May the 28th. Friday, May the 28th. So they'll be going on sale via our website, which gets launched this next week. And we'll also put the links on our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So we're using our ticket partners, Try Booking. They're going to be running all the ticket sales. So there'll be Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Friday, Saturday. The 2 sessions on the Saturday was what I meant. So the tickets will be going. You can come on the Sunday. Just you come into the pub. That's all.
Roast beef at Phil's.
We might need that.
That might be what fuels me back up the road again. In all fairness,
we could get one of the Kendalls that we've got in the chat here tonight to have a little
There's
party.
8 brothers. There's 8 brothers. I've been told.
Yeah, well, one of their.
Wow!
Yeah. Oh, just ask. Is Kev Kendall one of them? Because he's a mate of ours.
Yeah, it's Kev one. We'll find out in a minute. Planning to
Is there a Ken Kendall?
Is there a Ken Kendall?
That sounds like a tongue twister more than anything else, Rich. I'm going to be honest.
It really does. So yeah, so we're really excited to bring it. It's just been phenomenal. So to have some of the brands that are coming already that we've announced, we're just really, really happy, and we're really looking forward to being able to push that. You know,
because you don't know, do you? When you set up something like this, if you're not in a city or especially an island or something, you don't know what sort of reaction you're going to get. But from all the whiskey companies, whether it be from Europe, Scotland, Wales, America, excuse me, that's a good mid ground that we've never sort of tested before, and it's very nice, and do you know what, whiskey? I was just about to say whiskey doesn't have to come from Scotland. I've now got 5,000 hate messages.
Well, you're on a Swedish whiskey channel, Dave, so you can say that. That's fine.
You're okay. Scotch has to come from Scotland. Whiskey can come from anywhere. Yeah,
exactly. But no, it's amazing. We've been actually blown away. We quite often go, I can't believe this is happening. But it's great. We just want to see everybody else enjoying it. It is for the people of Kendal and all the visitors that come to see Kendal and drink the whiskies, and it's brilliant because we want to do this every year.
Yeah, and I think we've also got to say thank you to South Lakeland District Council while we're saying thank you to people, because South Lakeland District Council have been amazing and wanting to support us, and so Kendal Town Council. Kendal Town Council, we've just applied for a grant through this week of them telling us to put in for a new festivals grant to help the festival start up and get going. So that's been really amazing to see off their festivals committee and the team there, but SLDC as well for their support and helping us secure the venue and working with us because they can see that this could be a massive new festival for the whole town and not just one weekend, but they can see the future of it in the future and have the same vision that we have.
Yeah. Awesome.
Just as an aside, Phil, did you not used to have a former life, didn't you? Did you not used to be part of the SLDC?
Yeah, I was actually a town councillor and a South Lakeland district councillor.
If he takes that beard off, he's still only 6. He was the youngest politician.
Well, we saw that in the picture.
Hey!
Oh, fantastic.
So yeah, I was actually one of the youngest elected people on a council at the time. I was the youngest elected official in the country at once.
Wow.
So yeah.
And Phil, when he did it, to be fair, a lot of people might not know this, but obviously if they're not from Kendal, they won't have a clue, will they? But Phil was all about Kendal, and he still is.
It's all about Kendal for me. It's about my town. It's about my hometown and bringing something to my hometown. That's why I went on to council. You know, it was great to be able to do what we did, but unfortunately, part of the way through my term on SLDC, unfortunately, we had the terrible Storm Desmond. And, you know, seeing the town recover from Storm Desmond was incredible. And that goes down to the community here in Kendal. But yeah, seeing some of the sites being out on the streets a few days after working with people and working with other councillors and stuff after Storm Desmond was a major part of when I was on council. So yeah, but yeah, no, it was an amazing thing to be part of at the time. You know, I'd still love to do it because it's for me. It's all about Kendal. Stuff like that, you know, and that's what it's all about for me. And it's about making sure that our town stays on the map. The events that we have in Kendal already are world-class events.
Yeah, they are.
You know, they are world-class events, and this is another world-class event to add to that. And to be able to add to that and get people into our town from a new audience is what it's all about. And, you know, you look at some of the hotels that have already been booked out already, and they're telling us that there's people coming to the Whisky Festival. Oh, there's the bell.
Oh!
Sorry, mate. That totally went off in my hand by complete accident.
Phil,
I'll not stop you mid-flow. I apologise for that. That's the first time it's ever gone off rogue in my hand.
Phil was on a really earnest.
I know. I am so sorry.
Yeah.
Phil, please carry on. If you can pick back up again, please carry on.
It is about Kendal. It's about making sure that we've got people coming to the town. Making space right now.
Sorry, Rich. I missed that. The viewers might not have, but I am interested.
Oh, what did I say?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Let's have a drink.
Drink. Yeah, drink. We're just thinking that.
The only thing that went up in Mickey's hand.
All I'm thinking of is when Russell Crowe had an Oscars speech and they started playing music to shut him up and get him off the stage. I thought Mickey was maybe doing that.
When he
Phil, I do
politics. I was like, going to go.
I do have one question though, Phil. Obviously,
I'm not being funny. I could have gone to work to be insulted tonight.
Phil, you're not a councillor anymore. I don't. Did you get caught up in the expenses scandal and you built yourself a moat?
One of the regulars did.
Yeah.
That is true.
But that bombshell. No. I gave up in 2018 just due to the pub and stuff, and just went. I'm too busy trying to get the business set up. I was looking to restand again next year for the county council elections and stuff, but of course due to COVID hitting the business and stuff like that.
That's not going to get free tickets to Carlisle United doing that,
No.
We've had.
I had to focus on the business, Mark.
No, fair enough. We've had lots of people in the comments saying how excited they are about the idea of coming along, and can they do it? Can you give us a reminder about when it's actually taking place? You said when the tickets are going on sale.
Yeah, 3rd and 4th. 3rd and 4th is
December.
Of December.
This year.
Yeah, this year, and tickets are on the 28th.
28th. They're going to go on sale.
Yeah.
Brilliant, Adrian.
Nice, lovely. Oh, Kendall mint cake.
There you go. There's another good sponsorship opportunity right there for Kendall mint cake.
Yeah.
Well, actually, our company, Penningtons Tea and Coffee, makes Kendall mint cake tea.
There you go.
I take it that you're going to have a wee coffee and tea stall.
Yeah, we'll have all that there. Yeah, we're going to be, and I'll have some of our whiskey coffee for sale as well.
Do you want to go on about the whiskey coffee and how we ended up with that, Dave? Do you want to talk about the whiskey coffee?
So before we do that, gentlemen,
Yes.
Phil needs to say hello to somebody special.
Yeah, I've got to say hello to Jamie. So Jamie got a bit upset last time that I didn't say hello. So hello, Jamie. Jamie's at home with Nana at the moment. So he got a bit upset last time because I didn't say hello when we did the Bjorks launch. So hello, Jamie. Get yourself to bed. It's now nearly 7:30. It's just after 7:30, and you've got school in the morning.
And we should say hello to Phil's dad.
Yeah,
because he probably hasn't got the iPad or the telly working. So
yeah, say hello to another one. He's at home fighting technology. His dad. So hello, Father, and hello all those who are at the pub at the minute as well, at the Union, watching as well, and all the regulars and everyone. So thanks very much for tuning in, and of course anybody who's new, we're really looking forward.
Phil, I said one hello, Phil. Do you know what I mean?
Well, we can say people in the comments, if you've got any birthday shout outs you want, or anyone you want to say hello to, spread it around. Yeah.
I'd like to do one birthday shout out.
Can you remember
one birthday shout out?
Can you remember ITV back in the day? They used to do like your local ITV, and about 5:20 they used to do like the local. You'd send your birthday card in.
I've got a card here from your Auntie Doris. We digress. Muchly.
So one birthday shout out at the minute, and that's to Her Majesty the Queen.
Oh, absolutely.
The Queen's 95th birthday today. So thank you very much, Mum. Happy birthday,
Her Majesty the Queen, and she's not had the best of 2 weeks. So
exactly.
Yeah.
God bless the Queen.
God bless the Queen. God bless her, and especially after the last few weeks as well.
And so the bell did go off in my hand accidentally. So that means the second round. Rich, what you have for your second drink?
You managed to dodge.
Oh,
I noticed that it happened. I don't know. Yeah, what bell is this you're talking about?
Is it tied to his trousers?
I'm going just for another glass of Brooks whiskey mix to save me from turning around.
What we can have, Phil?
Yeah.
Well, should we have?
But we've got.
We're going on to this, bad boy. We're going on to this. Happy birthday, Kevin, next week. There we go.
Remind us next Wednesday, and we'll do a belated one because that's a lot closer, a day after as opposed to 6 days before.
Kevin will probably be here next Wednesday anyway, I expect.
I certainly will. Certainly will.
Happy birthday, Kevin, in case we can't see you next week.
So this is one of my favourite Mackmyras, actually.
And I've not had this one, actually.
The Vinterglud.
No.
Yeah. Oh, Christmas in a glass.
Yeah,
Christmas
Winter's
market.
Gold. Yeah, so that's exactly what it was. So we went with was it Sauternes Rich, and that's actually mulled wine casks.
Yeah. So that's one of the most complex cask recipes I think that we have. If you look at our website, you'll be able to see product sheets for everything. We're really transparent about what casks go into things and the sizes and that sort of thing. But with Vinterglud, it has a big list, but there's still a few missing because there were so many.
Yeah,
I guess Andy couldn't get the whole lot on.
Sticky toffee pudding.
Oh, nice.
Sticky toffee pudding. It would go well with it as well.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Was that right? Sorry, guys. Just a quick one. When I was in the tasting with you the other week, was I right in saying when Angela made one of the whiskies, there was 80 different variants into the no. Oh
No, not quite.
No. So when we did AI, there was 70 million different possibilities.
Wow.
That's too much. Yeah.
Yeah. But we'll save that for another show, guys, because we've got another tech show soon. But we did one at the first beginning of the year as well. So if you look back on our YouTube, you'll see the first show we did of this year as well. Ian Kendall's favourites is Bjorksa, beautiful. Oh, Rod, guys, just said hello from the pub.
Good evening, Rod. Hello, Rod Sutty. Pub, God bless him.
Hello,
Rod. Hello, Gail. Rod and Gail. They'll be sat there enjoying the whiskey.
So have you guys got your your locals, your regulars in, like, instead of watching the football, they're watching you two talking?
Yeah, they're sat in the pub watching this outside. Well, they're not in the pub.
They're outside the pub.
They're sat outside the pub in the marquee with a heater above them, bless them. So, yes.
Cool. Well, welcome and hello to everyone there. And happy birthday to anyone in the marquee who's got their birthday today.
We've started something now, haven't we? That we're going to have to do birthday requests every Wednesday.
So, guys, do you want to just remind us again about your little giveaway for 2 tickets to the Kendal Whisky Festival?
So 2 tickets.
The 3rd and 4th of December this year.
Yeah, so the so the ticket giveaway is what Mackmyra are we drinking tonight, which is the New Union single cask bottling. And you need to either comment under our Facebook competition, which will be on there just after the show tonight, or tweet us at Kendal Whisky Festival and hashtag Kendal Whisky Festival, and you can win a pair of tickets to the festival. Also, the tickets going on sale on the 28th of May. And don't forget to have a look out on the New Union website for somebody on the online shop that we've got as well, which hopefully by the end of next week we'll have some Mackmyra on there as well. That's the plan tomorrow.
We'll make sure of that tomorrow.
Yeah, and we'll get some whiskies on there as well from yourselves, as well as some other great local and international.
Oh, I did know, because obviously I was going to say earlier, you've had a great response from the local community and from people further afield. You're not really a whiskey destination, are you?
No.
But however, something has happened in the last few years, not too far away from you. What is that?
So we've got the Lakes Distillery just up the road. Mickey will know my passion, and you both do. You both know my passion for the Lakes Distillery. That it is, we've been really, the water up here, we're surrounded in mountains, we're surrounded in amazing lochs, lochs as you call them in Scotland, or lakes and thwaites and meres and everything that we've got around here.
There's lots of water. Lots of water everywhere.
A lot of water.
We're in Cumbria, there's lots of water.
Trust me, there's lots of water. So that's what we're surrounded in. And then a few years ago, we had the Lakes Distillery set up. Their number 4, the Whiskey Makers Reserve number 4's released on Friday.
We'll stop you there. One of our regulars, Mr. Kevin Blair, is drinking the number 4 right now. It arrived at its house about 2.5 hours ago.
Oh,
How did he get that?
Ooh.
there we go. So
He's-
number 4.
He's a man
not
very well
funny,
connected.
He knows.
But I'm going to show you that.
He knows
That's
the man.
because
It is
there
beautiful.
you go. There's the whiskey maker's number 4.
It is absolutely beautiful.
So it must have gone out to people who bought on the. I think it's gone out to those on the online shop from Lakes today. I received an allocation today for the New Union online store, which will be going on there tomorrow with some of their other products with from the Lakes, the orange wine cask finish, and a few of the others, the sherry cask and stuff, which are already on the online shop. So that's the newunion.co.uk, and then go shop online, and we've got them online there already. So the number 4 is going on there. I'll be honest with you, that whiskey from the Lakes at the moment, the number 4 is stunning.
It's the best thing they've ever done.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
And I'm really, really excited about the future of distilling in the Lake District as well. I just think it's been incredible to see the journey and where it's come from and where it's moving to. Davil's just incredible. He's a great bloke.
Kevin's just made a comment. Davil Gandhi is a genius, to be fair, but second only to Angela.
Ah!
Nice one, Kev. Nice one.
You know what? It was great. Great getting to meet Angela on here for the launch of the Beyond.
Yeah, for the launch, yeah.
Absolutely fantastic. It was incredible listening to Angela. Some of the whiskies that Angela has brought out in the last 12 to 18 months, some of the stuff that I've learned, and being able to try this one and a few of the others have just been incredible. And it's just been such an eye-opener to me and stuff. I'm just in awe of her. She's an amazing person. But, Cumbria, we're really lucky. The Lakes Distillery, they're coming down to the festival, so we're really looking forward to that. Can I mention any of the others? Yeah.
That's up to you. Yeah. I was going to ask.
So we've got Glengoyne.
You've announced a few. Would you like to announce some more?
Yeah, we've got Glengoyne, we've got Tamdu and Smokehead coming. So the guys from Ian McLeod are coming. We're really pleased to have Mangrove coming as well. They're bringing the New York Distilling Company, and of course, I mentioned before Douglas Lang. And of course the guys from the Spey Distillery as well.
Nice.
So Paul, we've been great to work with him as well over the last few weeks. And there's quite a few more yet to be announced that we're not saying anything because we're trying to spread it out over the next few months on who we're having. You've got a sneak peek on 2 of them tonight. Douglas Lang, I was on a Douglas Lang's grain whiskey last week. And I must say, grain whiskey aged at the moment is some incredible stuff from Douglas Lang. I was on an Invergordon from Douglas Lang at Dwayne Miller's house the other week. And it was just absolutely incredible in his garden.
Just above my head there, I've got an Invergordon 30-year-old.
It's fantastic.
Which has been signed by Fred.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
So I've got the Invergordon 25 single grain and a Cameron Bridge 30 single grain from them, and then a Loch Lomond 22, which I tried with the Southport Whiskey Club or their festival a while ago.
Yeah, their festival.
Oh my word, that's one of the best whiskies I tried last year. And at the beginning of last year, single grains still weren't really on my. I mean, they're on my radar, but they weren't on my shelf. No. But now I've probably got 9 or 10 different single grains, and it was Douglas Lang that sent me down this awesome rabbit hole to go and explore.
Well, I'm ordering some off Douglas Lang tomorrow as well. For the shop and for the pub, because we want to get out there. We want to make people sure that they know that they can get a decent whiskey collection in a pub in Kendal.
2 seconds, mate. Cheers, Kev. Thanks for joining us, pal.
Cheers. But it is, it's what it's about. Grain whiskey is really only in the last 6 months come onto my radar properly. But what I've tried of it has just been incredible, and I really think where we're going with grain whiskey, it's going to start competing up there with some single malts very soon, and I really think it has a massive future in the whiskey industry. And that's where I'm at with it. And as in, people are going to start looking at it a bit more like they are single malts and stuff like that, because it's always been forgotten about a lot. I find grain whiskey compared to single malts and blends. but I can just see it having a bigger future, especially in the next 2 or 3 years, when we start to see a lot of distilleries going more on to no age statements stuff and stuff like that. That to see what's been aged in some of these casks and stuff from some of these single grain producers has been incredible.
So you're going back, just very briefly, Mickey. So you're going back the history and where we are in Kendal, and it's not a destination for whiskey. In ages gone by, everybody that worked in the whole of Cumbria, whether it be farming, trade, or whatever, they would always holiday generally in Scotland.
Yeah.
Massively so, and up to the islands and whatever. So, especially the farming community, were a massive whiskey drinkers.
And technically, at one point, we're part of Scotland because we were over Cumbria itself was overlooked by Clydesbank many years ago.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, we were back in history. We were overlooked by Clydesbank, weren't we? You know, and then of course we've got the great border city just up the road, Carlisle, which nobody wants, but you know, never mind. The Scots didn't want it, the English didn't want it, but you know, at least they've got a half decent football team.
Whiskies and malts and whiskies are very much part of Cumbrian way of life, I think.
Yeah.
So that's also you bringing that back, sort of thing, like. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I did my first whiskey tasting in the pub back in December 2017, which was an evening with Douglas Lang, and I could have sold it out 3 times over. Easily. And that was with Douglas Lang. Then we've had a few with Ian McLeod, the Lakes, Paul John. With Craig. Craig, unfortunately, is no longer there with them, but you know, we still have quite a good crack with Shilton. You know, Shilton's a great laugh, and we're still in contact really well with Shilton and stuff. But yeah, you know, these are the kind of events that get people talking about it. But I've been amazed. So something I bought the other week, you know, it's been interesting. I've been on a group, so we called ourselves the COVID-19 Whiskey Appreciation Group. We've been meeting on a Thursday night on Zoom, and it's just a group of friends, and there's been about 15 to 20 of us. Some nights we've hit 30 to 40 of us who would just like a whiskey.
Yeah.
And what we did is it started with people just doing different talks about whiskey. So one person 1 week could talk about Speyside, the following week Islay, the following week the Highlands, and then somebody else would do this and somebody else would do that. And it built really nicely. So we've just been going over about 14 months, a meeting on a Thursday night on Zoom. But it's been incredible to see what different people just in our area and stuff are drinking, you know, and seeing what amazing budget whiskies out there in supermarkets as well. And, you know, there is some good budget whiskey out there. And, you know, I pay 30 to 40 to 50 pounds for a bottle of whiskey. There are people out there that with smaller budget, they'll pay 20 pounds because that is their budget. But it's been amazing to see what people are drinking and what's going out there, you know. And stuff like that, but it's great to see, you know. Mac at the moment, your Mac is on at £25 in our local booth supermarket at the minute, which has been an absolute bargain, and seeing the amount of people that have been buying it.
A lot of people have really got onto that because they've maybe heard of Mackmyra through the festival, firstly Phil's and then the festival, and they've gone, that's that stuff. I haven't had that. And for 25 quid, they're definitely going to go and buy that bottle.
Yeah. You can't not take a punt on that, can you? You know what I mean?
No, exactly.
And Piwanina, bless her, who works for us, ended up leaving hers in the freezer because Mickey forgot to remind her to take it out of the freezer.
And you won't get the blame somewhere along the line. That should have been the Brooks anyway. That was the Brooks, was it not?
Was it the Brooks? It was the Brooks, wasn't it? Yeah.
Should have been the Brooks, sorry.
Well, guys, one of the best things about doing a festival as well is that people who might not usually want to spend any more than 20 or 30 quid maximum on a bottle of whiskey, because you know there's quite a lot of money to invest in something you've never tried before.
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
You do a festival and you try a few things, and then you're like, oh, okay, if I you know, every now and then I could stretch to £40 maybe.
Yeah.
But now I feel as though there's value for money in it for me because I've tried a few things at that price, and you're giving people a big opportunity to try it. And I think that's great to bring more people into the fold.
I thought you were going a different way with that question there, Rich, right? But it brings me on to another question: is how much are festival tickets?
Festival tickets are
£185. No.
£37.50 for the festival tickets, which, you know,
Bargain.
that helps us cover the venue and everything else. You know, security is a big thing at the moment. And of course, if we're still in the situation with social distancing, we're going to have to take on more rooms to separate the festival out a bit. There's only going to be 125 tickets per session available.
Nice.
So, you know, it's going to be really limited. And the reason we want to do that is we want to make sure that people can enjoy it more than anything instead of being really overcrowded. You know, so that's 375 people over the day, over the 3 days. Over the 2 days, sorry. Three
Over
sessions.
3 sessions.
2
2 days, 3 sessions.
2 days, 3 sessions. We've had a whiskey.
On ticket.
Come on, boys. Come on, boys. So, yeah, that's where we are with it. So, you know, that's why we want to do that.
We want people to have a chance to talk to you guys and the guys from the other, you know, because that's what people want to do. I mean, some just want to try, you know, but yeah, it's nice.
And that's the tough part with festivals normally, where, you know, if you don't limit it to a reasonable number like you're going to do, I'm not going to say it's going to be oversubscribed, but it can be a bit of a rammy for particular distillers, etc.
It's intense.
For their brand ambassadors and their staff and that. Do you know what I mean? It can be a bit.
We want you to be able to sell your product. We want you to be able to tell people about your product, share your enthusiasm to maybe 6 or 7 people at once instead of 20 people at once, and share your enthusiasm, which is what it's all about. Whiskey is about people enjoying a drink together. That is what whiskey is to me.
Perfect.
And you know, that's where we are with it. So, you know,
and that takes us perfectly on to last orders, Phil. Actually,
was that on purpose, Mick?
Sorry,
was that on purpose?
It did actually just lift off from where it took off from before, but that does that. Unfortunately, oh my God, that is the time anyway. That is actually last orders. In fact, we've overrun last orders by a couple of minutes actually. So, guys, as we all know, last orders takes us into a whiskey scenario question. So the question to both of you, and I'll ask you individually, but the question is, what is your ideal whiskey scenario? What's in the glass? Where are you? And who are you with, if anybody? And Phil, we'll start with you.
So for me, my ideal whiskey, when I was about 16, I went to my first distillery, which I couldn't remember where it was. And then a few years ago, when we was in the pub, Alec from Glengoyne turned up at the pub one day and said, "Have you tried the Glengoyne range?" And I said, "No, yeah." And we went through a bit of a tasting with the 10, 12 that we've got here at the moment, and stuff. And he invited us up to the distillery to learn a bit about it. And I remember visiting this distillery many, many years ago, and couldn't remember the name of the distillery because I was only young at the time, and I remember going with my mum and a few other people at the time, and my mum bought a bottle of 10-year-old, and I remember drinking it with my mum on the campsite by Loch Lomond and a few other people by Loch Lomond at that time. And it turned out, as soon as I got off the bus, I recognised it. I went, "This is where I came." And I must say, it's probably drinking a Glengoyne 21 or something like that, because 21-year-old is 18 and 21-year-old for me from Glengoyne are just sherry but heaven. Just like the 15-year-old Glendronach, the revival, you know, of a really nice Aberlour. I'm a sherry fan myself. I love bourbon. I love a nice bit of sweet smoke and stuff like that. But watching a sunset over the Lake District, over Kendall, over on the Scar, just above Kendall, I just think is my perfect moment.
Beautiful. Would you be with anybody? Just by yourself, or?
I think it'd just be by myself, just to enjoy the moment, just to enjoy the little bit of silence, just enjoy it, just looking over the Langdales from Kendall, over the Langdale Valley, Scarfell in the background, and just watch the sun settle just by myself, probably on that.
Nice.
I just think my little time.
Apart from me, Phil, you're the only person.
Apart from you, sorry.
Apart from me, you're the only person that said you'd like to be on yourself in your whiskey moment. Everyone else has had somebody with them. So I did. So when we did it, first of all,
there's certain times I just want to be sat there by yourself. It's my time, watching a sunset over the Lake District. And usually when it's amazing weather, there's always there's a hot air balloon 4 times a year. There's a hot air balloon or something like that going through the middle of Mackmyra Inn or something like that you can see. And you're looking across the fells going, wow, I live here.
It is a good sight.
It's
Yeah,
amazing.
that does sound good. That does sound good. So, Dave, what is yours? What's
Well,
on
I'd
the
just
glass?
like to say quickly
Who are
on
you
Phil's, the fact that he drank his mum's 10-year-old and apparently he was only 6.
I wasn't going to highlight that. I wasn't going to highlight that.
16 at the time.
16, there you go. My lasting memory, one great memory I have, like I said, I was, as we said earlier, guys, I was lucky to go to the Isla Festival many years ago, and I've always loved malt, and I got to do some amazing things that weekend. Anyway, and I had some whiskey.
Did you?
But you know, sat outside, you know, like a bullet or whatever, and just drinking with the locals, and it was just like eating shellfish and just amazing. But Phil's right. I think wherever you may be, whether you're on holiday or at home or whatever, and it's the end of the evening, and that's your quiet time. So wherever it may be, even if you sat at home and it's pouring down outside, that is fire in a glass. And I don't mean fire like that, as in that's beautiful.
Yeah.
As for what I put in it, I don't know. I'm a big Islay fan, but I'm a big Speyside fan. So I'm an easy pleaser, lads.
That's what she said.
My boys bought me a Tomatal and a Bud Arbon for my birthday recently.
What did they buy you for Christmas, Dave?
I love them both. Yeah.
What did they buy you for Christmas?
That game's getting harder for them as well. They're like, oh God, not again.
What did they buy you for Christmas, Dave?
Yeah, but obviously at Christmas they did buy me a bottle of the New Union Mackmyra single pack, and which is stunning, absolutely stunning.
Nice. No, that's honestly, guys. We have to wrap it up there, unfortunately, because I know Phil, you've got to get off to another tasting. Richard's got to get off to another tasting, and I need to go get some dinner. So,
does that mean
gentlemen,
we're just leaving Dave by himself?
we're going to evacuate the pub and let Dave just crack on by himself. Right?
Just go, just Dave's corner. Just thoughts from Dave for the next hour or so, and you can just give your music.
I need to see the comments coming up and to get a reaction going. I want to see
Stuff
all the
Dave
Kendall
thinks.
brothers, all of them.
No, but honestly, guys, it's been an absolute blast having you on this evening.
No, brilliant.
Thank you very much for coming, and thanks for sharing your information about Kendal Whisky Festival. Guys, pay attention to Kendal Whisky Festival social media channels, especially in the next half an hour or so. I'm sure the guys will rerun the competition and let you know what you're in for, basically. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us this evening. The interaction's been fantastic. It's great, as normal. Just saying, it's been absolutely great. I'm just so glad that you've all managed to make time on a Wednesday from our normal Friday. So this is our new time slot, 7 p.m. on a Wednesday evening. Now, there will be no more Friday Mackmyra Inns at the moment.
Wednesday's the new Friday.
Wednesday is the new Friday, exactly.
Thursday, Wednesday.
If you're on a Friday, you can actually go to a real pub now. So no, great, Rich. Honestly, absolute pleasure again, sir. I shall see you again next Wednesday in the pub, Early Road. Gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us. So remember, next Wednesday.
Thank you so much.
Honestly, mate, our pleasure. So next Wednesday, we're joined by Ed from Top Whiskies. He'll be our VIP. He will be our VIP patron at the inn. And next Thursday, we have our monthly tasting, which we will cover our core range and our brand new seasonal release, Bjork South. So thank you very much for joining us. Ladies and gentlemen, Rich, good night. Gentlemen, good evening.
Good night. Good evening. Thank you very much.
Good night.
Yeah. Good evening and good night.
Sure.
Well done, Charles.